Hunt for the Jersey Devil.
The history of the Jersey Devil. Can we ask you if you ever heard about it?
I'm going to tell you something. True story. I'm actually from Buena Vista Township. I think I actually saw him up in a tree one day when I was about 10 years old. It was a wolf in basically a jumper.
I live in New Jersey. I do not believe in the Jersey Devil.
Denim, actually. You would think that it was a kid. He didn't move. We just stared at each other.
Were you scared?
Yeah. At that point, I was. Stared for like 5 minutes, and he started to move. So when he started to move, I took off on my bicycle because I was underneath a tree. It was one of those, like a pine, like a cedar pine tree. That's what it was.
Did you feel like a little bit nervous to tell people about it?
Oh, absolutely. I would never tell anybody about it. But I haven't told many people about it.
How come?
Well, you know, nobody would believe it.
Bro, I feel like the Jersey Devil is just off-brand Bigfoot. Like, I would rather be somebody that believes in Bigfoot than the Jersey Devil. That's more interesting to be like, I'm a Bigfoot believer than like, oh, I saw the Jersey Devil in Pine Barrens.
After spending what felt like weeks searching for Bigfoot in Pennsylvania and Ohio, I figured I'd probably have better luck with a more alternative, less mainstream cryptid, and so my hunt for the Jersey Devil began.
Greetings, everybody. We just touched down in Butte.
What is the Jersey Devil even supposed to look like?
Week and a half talking about different types of cryptids. Bigfoot, Mothman, Mantis Man. But my favorite and one of the most undercovered cryptids in America is the Jersey Devil.
The devil child spread his wings in her flight. Jersey Devil lives forever in the New Jersey night.
I've never even seen a dude. See, and this just doesn't even look scary. It looks like a chicken with bat wings and a goat head. Like if I saw this thing in the woods, I would just put it down, dude.
It's been said in Piney folklore that the Jersey Devil was the 13th child of an evil Quaker lady named Mrs. Leeds, who gave birth to a demon who flew out the chimney and has been eating infants for decades, if not centuries. So I've got a couple leads so far, and I found
Eating infants?
a YouTuber named Tucker Upper.
Why is it hairless, and why does it have like a little demon face? I don't know why.
Who knows two guys, a father and son,
Named Mike and Stefan.
who had a Class A
New Jersey also has like 10 million people, and it's one of the smallest states. Someone would fucking see and take a fucking photo or kill it or take a video of it that's not in 180p. There are so many fucking people in New Jersey. Somebody would see that bitch.
eyewitness sighting of the devil in 2017.
I mean, everybody always talk about the Jersey Devil, the Jersey Devil. I never thought that I would encounter it.
I have even better news for you. You guys remember Mike, the passionate Bigfoot expert from the Cryptid Expo in Pennsylvania?
Oh, tell me he also has a side business where he hunts the Jersey Devil. Hold up, this is the Bigfoot's mating call. Oh, I think it responded. Did you hear that?
Well, it turns out that Mike's actually the captain of a whole gang of researchers called the Jersey Devil Research Unit.
Yeah, this looks like the Jersey Devil Research Unit.
Gang Research Unit. And he's agreed to let me and the Channel 5 film crew shadow them for a weekend of camping and adventure.
Before I proceed, here's a disclaimer. If you've came to this channel in search of, as the mainstream scientific community calls it, evidence and peer-reviewed research data, you're in the wrong place, pal.
I don't care whether or not the Jersey Devil, Bigfoot, Mothman, Mantis Man, or Dogman are real or fake. I care more about the folklore. Where did the legend come from? And what purpose does it serve throughout the course of anthropology? You know what I mean? So anyways, there's this other guy named Professor Gillespie, and he's like the top researcher. He's written a ton of books about this shit, and he's gonna talk to us.
Gillespie looks like he's had multiple encounters with the Jersey Devil, and it's shaken him to its core. Gillespie dreams and sees the Jersey Devil and his wife.
And he's gonna talk to us and tell us what really happened.
I'm Professor Angus Cress Gillespie from the American Studies Department of Rutgers University in New Brunswick, New Jersey. I first got in...
And let's just say the Jersey Devil and I got a little handsy back in '09. Right after the economic crash, I went camping one day. And let's just say the Jersey Devil is a bit of a smooth talker.
Interested in the story of the Jersey Devil. Back in 1973, when I first arrived at Rutgers, I came in as a folklorist.
He's a Rutgers professor.
And I started teaching courses in folklore. And I figured this is the State University of New Jersey. So I wanted to have some New Jersey examples. And I reached out to some of my students, particularly those from South Jersey, and they steered me in the direction of the Jersey Devil. There was a family, the Leeds family, Jane Leeds and her husband Daniel. They had 12 children. And according to the legend, when Jane Leeds learned that she was pregnant with her 13th child, she said, Lord, let this child not be a child. Let this one be a devil. Well, we now know that that was a mistake, because on that terrible night when Mother Leeds' 13th child was born, it started out, it was a perfectly healthy baby boy with blonde hair and blue eyes, but in the space of less than 20 minutes.
Wait, is this a real story, though? Like, is this a real woman that had 13 children?
It grew to the size of 2 full-grown men. And in place of the baby face, there was a horrible head of the horse. And it
Not
had
a horse. That shit looked like a goat.
the torso of a man, the feet of a goat, a long serpentine tail. It was very furry, and it had furry arms and furry paws and furry fingers. And at the end of each finger were razor-sharp fingernails. And then, unexpectedly, the creature, with one swipe of his right arm, slit the throat of the midwife and attendants who collapsed in a pool of blood. The creature gave out a blood-curdling scream and escaped out the chimney, where he's terrified the
God, I wish he had done the blood-curdling scream.
people of South Jersey for the last 250 years. Have you seen Mother Leeds' 13th child? The next time you go into the woods late at night, take care. And when you hear the sudden crack of a twig behind you,
Here's the problem. The Jersey Devil, regardless of, this being true or not, it's still an organic matter creature. An organic life dies. It has a fast metabolism because it grew very quick. So the fact, even if it did exist at one point, unless it was literally a demon and immortal, it would have died of fucking cancer 100 years ago, 150 years ago, 200 years ago.
beware. Beware of the Jersey Devil. Oh.
Yo, I love when they do this. I love when it's like cryptid people just randomly start being like, and this is its call. If you ever hear this in the woods at night, just know the Jersey Devil's near.
Oh, Mother Leeds. Oh, Mother Leeds.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Okay.
I appreciate your time. And I'll let you know what we find.
Mid him doing that call, his phone goes off, and he has one of those old people ringtones. Oh, Mother Leeds. Ooh, ooh. Hold up, my phone's ringing. Yo, if you had that as your fucking ringtone. Down, 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 down. Bad to the bone.
The family that's at the crux of the Jersey Devil folklore is the Leeds family. They're a pretty powerful family around here. As you can see, we're in Leeds Point, New Jersey. So this family is basically the shit around here. This graveyard is full of Leeds gravestones. So these people were fucking. But what we're learning now
Okay, so they were a real family.
is that the Leeds family in the 1700s was like kind of on the outs. That's right. This is a story of colonial cancel culture in a redcoat reality. Mr. Leeds, alleged father of the Jersey Devil, was not your average boring old Pennsylvania Quaker making applesauce and hating on the Catholic Church for having too much fun. In fact, he was something of a tri-state socialite. In his late 20s, he began taking frequent trips to New York City and Philadelphia, where he'd go kick it with Christian mystics who believed in cosmology, exorcism, tarot reading, natural magic, and demonology. Mr. Leeds was like the Aleister Crowley of his time, and would oftentimes roll back into Leeds Point after long weeks in New York City to share his mystical insights, often suggesting to the guys in town that the Quaker people ought to modernize their beliefs. This did not go over well. People in town began referring to him as a pagan, banned him from the local
Bro, I'm so happy I wasn't alive in like the 1700s. Everybody was so fucking boring and stupid. Like, people today are so divisive and unable to hear somebody else's opinion. It was so much worse then. Like, so much worse then. It was like literally just people having very basic gray short like shit you would have with your taxi driver. Those were the conversations you'd have. Anything above that, they'd be like, blasphemy, and you would get killed. Or you'd get like excommunicated. Or they wouldn't want to be your friend anymore. Because it'd be like you said something outlandish.
church and commenced a word-of-mouth smear campaign that may have messed up his reputation on a Leeds Point level. But he didn't give a shit. He was popping in New York. And remember, this is pre-internet, so not anybody could be popping in New York.
So what happened here, I'm assuming.
Did that guy have a bottle of Henny?
Remember, this is pre-internet, so not anybody could be
Is that a bottle of Henny?
popping in New York.
So what happened here, I'm assuming, is that Mr. Leeds was like the shit. All of the other Quaker dudes who were jealous of Mr. Leeds and all of his clout got together somewhere in town and said, you know how we can really fuck up this dude's name? Let's say that his baby mama gave birth to a demon. There's also allegations that Benjamin Franklin
Oh, so this is just literally fake. Like, it's not even something that anybody actually like we know the origination of this is just somebody making shit up.
was in a race with Mr. Leeds to develop the first Farmer's Almanac. And Ben Frank was really close to having a sick-ass copy of the Farmer's Almanac, but Mr. Leeds knew a lot more about farming. So I think Benjamin Franklin and the jealous Quakers of South Jersey conspired to throw dirt on the Leeds family so they could get their money up.
I became quite energized after reaching my new discovery and hoped that maybe the people of Leeds Point could share some insight with me.
What can you tell us about the legend of the Jersey Devil?
Well,
That was that guy's first car. He'd been driving that shit since fucking 63.
supposedly she cursed the child, and when he was born, he had wings and of the devil, and he flew out.
Have you ever heard a convincing eyewitness account of an encounter?
Convincing? No, I really don't believe in it. I think it's just
I think it's a load of malarkey.
fun to have because it's part of the South Jersey thing, but that's about it.
Much like when interviewing locals in Reamer, Minnesota many years ago who denied the existence of Bigfoot, townspeople of Leeds Point, New Jersey stonewalled me, which Professor Gillespie says is par for the course.
You can't just go in and say, tell me about the Jersey Devil. That's a sure way to get people to shut up.
Have you ever heard of the Jersey Devil?
So he thinks that they're lying. He thinks that these people are hiding it for some sort of personal gain.
No, never heard of.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
No. Never? Never. It's like a demonic creature that was the 13th child of the Leeds matriarch that escaped through the chimney and has been terrorizing the pine.
Okay, them saying they've never heard of it is just kind of crazy to me. You live in New Jersey. I feel like I knew about the Jersey Devil when I was like 6.
Baron since the 1700s. Does that ring a bell?
Honestly, no.
Excuse me, ma'am. Have you ever heard of the Jersey?
No, chat, now I'm a little sussed out. Oh my God.
Yeah. When did you first hear about the Jersey Devil?
I don't like this, man. Sorry.
You know, one thing you hear
Okay, that's just an old person being scared of a camera.
a lot about in folklore is that
Or it's because he's fucking wet. I think she looked at him and went, this guy has a sunglass hat on and a mustache, and he's fucking sopping wet. I am not giving this guy my time of day.
the concentrated effort to withhold information from outside agitators. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if she knows the exact location of this beast. All right, we got a great first chapter of the investigation completed. Couple great leads here in Leeds Point. Some obvious liars in the mix,
Honestly, no.
but some people willing to point us in the right direction.
I think I actually saw him up in a tree one day.
Excuse me, ma'am, have you ever heard of the Jersey Devil?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever heard of...
Oh, sorry.
It was obvious to me that if I wanted to learn the truth, just asking locals wouldn't do me any good. I began to wonder if there was a local cryptid community there in South Jersey dedicated to hunting down the devil. After diving down every rabbit hole I could, I came to the conclusion that there was no dedicated subculture attached to this particular cryptid, but rather a loose network of independent researchers and lone wolf eyewitnesses who seemed to all
All right, let's not call them independent researchers.
convene in the comment section of a local father and YouTuber named Tucker Upper, who posts regular updates about his findings. He agreed to meet with me at a nearby bar inside of a strip mall, conveniently named JD's Pub and Grill. Tucker claimed he just captured foolproof video evidence of the Jersey Devil's existence on a trail cam that he put in his
It's gonna be like a fucking boar.
backyard.
It was hairless, bro. It's all
Bro, that is not the Jersey Devil. What the... Like, I can't tell you what... Bro, you could probably give that to, like, some sort of, like, zoologist, and they would tell you what animal that is in, like, 5 seconds. That's not a fucking Jersey Devil. I mean, come on, man. It's hairless. What is that?
almost nothing. It could easily be like, okay, that's just a deer turned around.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's just
Oh, my God, the red circle. Yes.
almost nothing. It could
Yes.
easily be like, okay, that's just a deer turned around.
Yeah.
But at the same
What is that?
time,
Is that a face?
there's just that weird, eerie feeling of like, why is it hairless? And why does it have like a little demon face? I don't know why.
Bro, that's probably its, like, ass.
Yeah, I'm Tucker Upper, and the Jersey Devil has literally always been a part of my life since I was a tiny kid. I'm actually married through my lineage to the Leeds family at some point in time. So there's a story that became really famous of like this soldier who shot a cannon directly at the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
And it just went right through him, and then the devil just into smoke. So the only way that could be possible is if it's like a skinwalker, I would say, like a witch that was possessed. Scariest thing.
Oh, but it's dumb enough to be caught on a trail camera. It has the power to phase through a cannonball fire, but it's caught on a fucking trail camera.
Thing about the Jersey Devil is how it's always a little bit different. So I don't think it's like meat, like Bigfoot, how it's a legitimate person, basically.
Yeah.
The Jersey Devil seems to me more like a skinwalker, where it can change shape and it can basically change to the shape that you're most afraid of. So if you ask one guy who saw the
So it's the movie It. Now we're not even talking about the Jersey Devil anymore. We are talking about It or It 2.
Jersey Devil, and then another person who saw the Jersey Devil, their description's probably going to be slightly different, if not really different.
Tucker's most viewed video
Which makes it an inaccurate description. It doesn't mean, oh, it's a skinwalker. It means that it's more than likely fucking false.
It was crazy. We all had to question what we were seeing.
Mike and Stefan was from a Facebook post that I posted, like, has anybody actually seen the Jersey Devil, right? And they
That is the last website that I'm at. That is the last social media that I'm ever believing anything that somebody says.
responded to it. It was very convincing and like, holy shit, like this thing is legit.
Though it had been over 4 years since Mike and Stefan set foot in the location of where they had their first sighting, they agreed to take us there and give us a play-by-play of the whole encounter.
It was him that said, Dad, let's go down here and see what's down at the end of this road. So I was like, all right. It was on the way back. That's when everything started happening. So I'm looking out to my left. So I'm driving this way, but I'm looking out to my left. The sun was shining onto the tree line in the distance. But while I'm driving, I'm doing like 35, maybe 40, 45 miles per hour. I'm just driving casually. All of a sudden, the sun shading casted on the trees took the shape of what looked like a sand-colored khaki camel. It had like a long neck. It's breaking up because I'm driving and I can't really get it clear because I'm keeping my eye on the road and I'm looking, I'm like this. So we pull over to the same clearing. We get out the car. What I saw in the wood line, it was there, but it almost looked shimmery, almost like a water, like on a hot summer day.
Like a mirage.
Like a mirage, but it was there. I had a Galaxy Note phone that I took a picture of it. That's what we saw, the Jersey Devil.
Oh my God, is that the photo? Is that the photo? Is that the photo? Stop. The Samsung Galaxy phone that he fucking took this. Wow, yo, that chat. Wow. That's irrefutable.
But if you look to the left, you can see the face of a crying child. If you look very closely, you see it like kind of like eye, mouth, head.
What the fuck? I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Why is the photo this fucking bad? Bro, don't Samsung phones have good cameras? What the fuck is this?
If you look very closely, you see it like kind of like eye, mouth,
Where?
head. And the other picture I want you to see is the actual why we believe it's paranormal with this photo right here. You can see it
changed shape.
Transforming into shape.
It had an unusually long neck. It had like a slope to the body.
It was just crazy. It was just walking. But the strange thing about it, it was moving, but it never advanced.
It wasn't moving. It wasn't advancing. It was almost as if it was paranormal.
I was like, hey, somebody horse got it.
When I looked out and he's saying someone's horse is loose, the first thing I noticed was, well, this is a marsh.
And I'm thinking like, right. And that's when I started saying to myself, I know this is not what I think it is.
The next emotion that followed their sense of wonder and bewilderment was a realization that many Jersey Devil experiencers have. Holy shit, nobody is gonna believe us.
You know what I mean? And we got a couple of little...
Then get a better fucking picture, dude. Oh my God. If I see the fucking Jersey Devil, I'm not doing some bullshit where I'm like shaking my fucking hands and I take a shitty ass fucking picture and then show it to somebody and be like, you see this? You see the eyes? You see the eyes? It's just a fucking blurry ass image of nothing. I'm walking up to it and taking a photo.
Emotion that followed their sense of wonder and bewilderment was a realization that many Jersey...
But you expect that because, you know, you're going to have the scoffers and the naysayers and the trolls just want to just troll you.
Or non-believers, skeptics.
Y'all, you guys, it doesn't exist, but we know. We saw it.
So we're not too far from the actual, like, original Leeds family house or the foundation, right?
Oh, no.
Right up the street.
Right up the street. We could take you to one of the Leeds properties whenever you guys are ready.
Let's do it, man.
Let's go.
I could hardly believe it.
Yep, right there.
There we were at the foundation of the Leeds home.
This is a actual Leeds property. If you look down in there, there's some actual brick. There's some brickwork. Yeah, you can see it. It's clear. And like I said, this type of brickwork is not done. This was, you can tell it's an old
limestone.
Old limestone, but it's solid. But that's all that remains.
From a
Or just knocked on it.
historical perspective, I thought that it was pretty sick that we found the actual chimney where supposedly the Jersey Devil escaped from.
This is like must be a brick from the old house.
It's that underground?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I might keep this.
Yeah. Here we go. That's pretty good.
Yeah, if
You say don't keep it, might bring something back.
Tucker was extremely adamant about me not taking a fragment from the Leeds chimney.
Yeah, don't fucking...
I'm taking the fucking brick. I'm taking the fucking brick. I'll be the guy in the horror movie that doesn't believe in it and then gets fucking slaughtered by the Jersey Devil. Oh, don't take that brick, man. Oh, that's gonna bring a bad omen. Fuck you.
Bring it, dude. That's a terrible idea.
Not because of its historical value, but he assured me that if I took it, bad things would happen.
Someone commented and said that they actually took a brick from there, brought it back to their house, and crazy shit was happening at their house, and they were having crazy dreams, and then like stuff was falling off the wall.
But despite his warnings, the risk was worth it. I didn't want the chimney fragment for just a memento. Unbeknownst to Tucker, I'd just been invited by Mike Familont. That's right, the El Chapo.
Oh, the Mike Familont, the Bigfoot expert? No fucking way.
To a private expedition deep into Pine Barren National Preserve, along with a team of 4 other expert researchers, who together comprise an alpha team of top dogs that
Oh my God, dude, it's like I'm watching fucking Avengers Endgame all over again. Holy shit, dude, this is the fucking lineup. Block back.
My name's Mike Familont, and I am the lead investigator of this expedition.
My name's Larry Susan, and this is my first time ever doing this.
My name's Wiley.
I'm driving this way.
Fuck, no!
And I could tell the difference between a fox scat and a dog poop. This is actually my first time going out on a Jersey Devil
valuable information
expedition. Usually I go out looking for Bigfoot.
He's an asset. He's an asset that we're gonna need.
I've been actually kind of wondering what you would have to do in order to have a Jersey Devil experience and how to compare that to Bigfooting. I was touched by a Bigfoot once in a hammock, and
Hi, I'm Chloe, and I'm a tree.
Sexually, or like, did he poke you, or?
Hugger. I don't know as much about the Jersey Devil as I do like other cryptids, but I just like that it's like kind of misunderstood. It's like the unwanted child, like the whole story behind it.
My name is Michael O'Connor, My 3 favorite cryptids is the Sasquatch, the Jersey Devil, and I have to say the Mothman. I think the Jersey Devil.
Mid-ass answers. Mid-ass answers.
Supernatural phenomenon, and I definitely think there's too many sightings in the state.
I just know they have Mickey in Disney World. They're keeping him somewhere locked up. In chains. They torture him. Make him sniff underwear.
Out there, I think there's a lot of hammerheads. Yeah, definitely. I run a cryptids paranormal convention. I started it last year in Perth Amboy, and I'm gonna try to do it every year.
What the fuck is that thing?
And one of the signs I'm gonna have is all hoaxers will be hung. I think all the hoaxers should be hung. I think all of them should be hung, and beat the hell out of them, you know, just kick them in the face and get rid of them all, because I think they're spoiling it for all the serious investigators that are just trying to find out what's going on.
It's a pretty serious penalty for a false hoaxer, right?
Yeah, just to say, just get out of here.
So somebody that posts a fake Bigfoot video has to be murdered?
For sure. Mike, dude, thanks for having us so much.
Absolutely.
So for those who don't know, can you tell us where we're at right now?
So we are in Wharton State Forest. We're in the middle of the 1.1 million acre Pine Barren National Preserve, right in the heart of the Jersey Devil sightings.
So this is like the heart of the Pine Barrens.
Absolutely.
Basically. Right, so I've got 2 things with me that I think might be able to help us. So I have this, looks like a pint of goat's blood. I believe the goat was killed about 2 days ago.
Goat's blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also have a pretty sick-ass fragment.
Wait, he actually got goat's blood?
From the original chimney of the Leeds family home where the alleged 13th satanic child was born. So if you want to check this shit out.
So this is the chimney where the Jersey Devil supposedly flew out.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Feel its energy.
Some juju behind it, yeah.
He starts licking the rock.
Want to see it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just needed to see what it tasted like.
I could tell the team was grateful that I brought something so special along and wasn't just another huckster or hammerhead only in it for the money. By the time night fell, spirits were high.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us here in Wharton State Forest. We got 2 objectives. First objective is we have goat's blood. We're gonna somehow put that onto a tree. And second objective is to make some vocalizations and try to get a Jersey Devil to give us a call
Oh, God, I can't wait for the vocalizations.
back or come in and check us out.
So is there a particular, place in the woods that you look for where you think is going to be more ideal?
Well, technically, when we do vocalizations, we try to get to a high point, so the echo and the sound will carry. I don't think we're gonna find a high point here in the Pine Barrens because I think everything is 3 feet above sea level. So we're gonna just try to find an area of maybe an intersection of trails.
Do you think this chimney fragment will help out at all?
I don't know, man.
Dude, I have no idea.
It's not gonna hurt.
That's true.
Bro, but how do they know that's the sound it makes? Bro, he's actually just screaming. He's actually just screaming into the woods. And then I hit them with the biggest Bigfoot gurgle they've ever seen. Yo, Mike was impressed. Mike was impressed by that newbie Jersey Devil call. You peeped that? Oh, that's pretty good.
Time seemed to freeze as the team stood at perfect attention, desperately awaiting for the pines to screech, howl, or knock back.
I think they scared away every living animal within a 1 mile radius.
Predictably, nothing happened.
Hold up, I think I see something.
And so it was time to move on.
All right, yeah, let's do this thing here. I don't necessarily want to touch it, so.
All right, so this is a lot of goat's blood. I'm not.
Oh, you don't want to touch it. Mike, what happened to you being a professional?
I mean, I drink this stuff for medicinal benefits.
I don't know how
No
it should
way.
come packaged, but I feel like
Why
it should
wouldn't they just douse it on the
be
tree?
packaged differently.
To my dismay, the goat's blood was extremely stinky, which sent the team recoiling.
Yeah. Oh. That is bad. I don't think that's going to fit in there. It's so congealed.
Undisturbed by the aroma, I proceeded with my plan, which was to transfer the goat's blood into an empty water bottle and then use the bottle to spray the blood on a twig. which I figured
All right.
may coax the
All right, so we're losing a little.
Jersey Devil into coming out of hiding.
So basically, you want to just coat the bark in a circle. So basically, it'll waft into the air.
Put it on top of the branch sticking out. Yeah, that's it, right there. Yeah, that's good. He's gonna perch on that thing. Yeah.
He's gonna perch on that branch. On that one or that one? How much does he fucking weigh?
Yeah, he's gonna perch on that thing.
Come Jersey Devil.
That looks like a dead tree. All right. This guy's locked in. Is that fucking alcohol? What was that?
Not really, are you? All right, well, there's that. That's taken care of.
After failing twice to conjure up the devil, Mike set up a trail cam near the goat's blood and said it was time to walk back to the campsite.
There's that. Not like we didn't try.
Still, he assured us that despite not having a Class A, it was overall a successful night.
I think that was good. I think that was really good. So
that was fucking terrible. You guys walked into the woods, screamed, and then poured blood on a tree and left.
we had a very successful night investigation so far. We did the blood thing on the tree. That was successful and disgusting, and at the same time.
That blood was very pungent. As Mike said, it was pretty gross.
And then we went and did some Bigfoot vocalizations, Jersey Devil vocalizations. Didn't get any replies back. But that's just the nature of the beast when it comes to Bigfooting and looking for cryptids, right?
Do you ever get disappointed?
Yeah, you get disappointed, but then, you know what?
You get disappointed, and then I realize my entire job is getting people to pay me to go see Bigfoot when he doesn't fucking exist.
Disappointment comes in when you go after time after time after time after time and don't get any activity. And then it starts getting a little frustrating. But then at the very end, you get that one little like callback or that one tree knock, and it's like, okay, something's out there. And then they rejuvenate you and get you going again. We are the
Jersey Devil Research Unit. All hoaxers will be hung.
You would think one of them would invest in like military grade night vision goggles and just kind of like walk into the woods with that instead of a fucking flashlight.